Hey, folks, and happy Tuesday to you. I hope and pray that you're doing well today. Hope and pray that you are experiencing, as I say all the time, the blessings of God. And more than that, I pray that you are expecting God to bless you this day and every day. You know, it's a wonderful promise that we have. Christian, you love the Lord, you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Maybe not every single day will be 100% perfect, but I can guarantee you that every single day will be 100% blessed. And that is a wonderful, wonderful promise. And I hope and pray that you are basking in the blessings of God this day. No matter what may be going on in your own corner of your world, that you are basking in the blessings of God this day. I often talk about wisdom, biblical wisdom, and some of you may have heard my layman's, as it were, definition of wisdom. I've never seen this written anywhere, so I cannot confidently claim ownership of it, but I like it, and so I use it. I always say this, that wisdom is the correct application, or maybe in a better term, the proper application of knowledge. And you know, we are a society that puts a lot of emphasis on education. And education is wonderful, and we need it. We need to learn. Folks need to be educated so they can go into a profession or so they can go into a trade. And many people use the terminology never stop learning, and it's good terminology. I find that nowadays, though, a lot of the older people that say that say it with an air of maybe disregard because they think nobody knows anything. And we can talk about that all day and debate it if we want to, but we're not going to do it. But remember that wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. You think about this. You may have a high school diploma, you may have a college degree, you may have all those accolades, but what are you doing with it? You know, you may have went and learned how to put your hands on something and do something, but is it worth anything unless you're doing it? Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. It comes through, number one, getting that knowledge. Number two, it comes through experience. But you know, the writer of Proverbs, Solomon, the wisest of all men who walk the earth, aside from Jesus Christ himself, said in Proverbs chapter 9, verse number 10, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Think about that. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Christian, here's what that tells me. When we have that reverence for God, and I remind you, when Solomon says fear in this passage right here, he's not talking about a terror. He's not talking about maybe us sitting and watching a horror movie and being afraid of what we see. I have a few deep-seated fears from my childhood, and that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about being scared. We're not talking about being terrorized, if it were, as it were. We're talking about an awe-struck reverence for God and for his power. And then when Solomon says here that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, when we have that reverence for a powerful God, when we have that reverence for a God who is capable of ministering to everything that we need, when we have that awestruck reverence of a God that has everything under control, no matter what we think or no matter what seems to be falling out of control all around us, the writer of Proverbs says right there that that is the beginning of wisdom. So think about that today as you go about your day. Think about number one, in the secular realm, wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. And then in our spiritual realm, let's remember that that awesome reverence for God and for His power is the beginning of our wisdom. And I hope and pray that you have a wonderful day today. Love you folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.